Beveth. Check these guys out on the racetrack. That's cool. It's Winston's Cup Friday night. It's live Friday night. Winston Cup, Beavis and Butthead on the call tonight. Or actually, it's Greg and Melty, Chicagoland SDT. Let's get that right. We don't want any STDs. And it's Winston Cup Friday night. And this is Mel Minter Jr. along with my co-host, the voice of FSB, Greg Bernardo. What's up, man?
What's going on, Milty? Yeah, Winston Cup Friday nights, Chicagoland under the lights, and yeah, we're ready. We've got a nice sized field, and some names that maybe we haven't even mentioned in our broadcast this season. Mainly, the car we're looking at is Happy Hour finishing up here, and that's that Bumblebee car, Milty, and you know him well. It's 91 at Ken Shea, as we have some crashing going on all over this track. Hopefully that's not what we're going to see in the race.
Whoa! Look at those cars get some air there. Yeah, that's Ken Shea, also affectionately known as Skiji, because that's how his name is kind of spelt. Man, is he a stud or what? We got the stud.
Yeah, he's
stud farm out here. We got pros. We got veterans. We got new guys. We're going to try to get a little bit of action and call for all these guys. Let's check out the qualifying order here, bro.
Yeah, and there we see it. Sean Reap on our pole, Josh Elliker on the outside, and then Rick Johnson, Ken Hansen make up the second row. And really of note here is just 13 cars qualifying, Milty. A lot of guys electing to take the provisionals in the back in the crapshoot.
Just like I told the employees in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good pit crew. All we got to do is just everybody carry their weight. We'll be just fine at the end of this thing. 10-4.
Back in 20. So those guys are going to have to be patient. You're going to have to pick their way through this field. It's a fast track, Milty. It can be slick at times. The tire wear can come in on long runs. So there's a lot of factors here at Chicagoland.
Yeah, this is a really cool track, really tough pit road, and really good racing here. Tire management is definitely what you got to do, and you got to go fast, turn left, but you also got to save your tires, work it. These guys starting in the back, that's exactly their strategy.
Start!
Yeah, see the field stream out of pit lane here.
Fired up and ready.
Well, Slim missed last week, and so the points are going to be jumbled up here, which I can't remember exactly where they're at right now, but we'll have to take a look at that at some point.
Yeah, we'll bring that up maybe during a caution. We can go over the points. But yeah, Slim missing last week. That really knocked him down the ladder, I think, down to maybe 9th or 10th in the standings. About 23, 24 points off the pace now. But certainly plenty of the 23 race schedule this season, Milty. Still time. Plenty of time. Only race 5 of the 23 race season.
Well, you know, I think when you look at some cars to think about, obviously these guys in front are looking really good. A couple of guys that that we've seen in the front and win many races that haven't had that kind of luck this far would be the 6 and the 29. They are together there.
Yeah, you know,
they're looking for good results here.
You know, sometimes choosing to pick your way through a competitive field is easier said than done. I know. You know, if I start 20th, I probably would finish 20th. So, you know, it's not.
Car down on the apron. What's up with that as they go green?
Green flag. We'll see if we can find that car. Yeah, there it is. That's Jim Christopherson, I believe, having some connection issues. It looks like he's a little shaky on that, and I think he was just letting everyone get by. So. he can continue and see if that will settle in. Another newcomer, Milty, that 101 car.
Whoa, boy, and he got loose right
And
there.
there's
Oh, and he
contact
got
with
loose
Chet.
right in front of Chet there. He's trying to get out the way there. Qualified pretty well, but that's already a hard lick, and that's got to bring out the caution there. He just, man, that with those cold tires, that thing started snap loose. He caught it, but then Chet wasn't, didn't realize he was slowing up that much and couldn't get out, couldn't get on the binders hard enough.
Yeah, Milty.
Tough luck for Chet there.
As we quickly go back to that, we can see the 101 car. That's one of our newer drivers, Jeff
Habik,
yeah,
or Habik.
Jeff Habik, or Habik, as you said. And it looked like he got up in front of Mark DeSenza, and Mark just had a ton of momentum on that outside line, Milty. And Mark had to really take evasive action to avoid getting into the back of him.
Yeah, it looked like it.
I think that really spooked the 101 car. He was a little high entering that turn, Milty, and that's the one of trust me, I can speak from great experience here. When you're on those cold tires and you enter that high line, Milty, and try to bring the car down the track, it's just not going to work with those cold tires, and that's exactly what happened. He felt that car coming around, tried to make a correction, and the thing just snapped loose on him. And unfortunately, Chet in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ken Shea, as we mentioned, Milty, and Jerry there in that 78 car, avoiding getting down on the apron there.
That's a good guy to follow, and Jerry's as an experienced veteran, and he knows that the 91 knows how to get to the front, take it easy early.
See Isaac there also down low, just out on the flat part of the track. Leo and Pops there taking evasive action, slamming on the brakes to avoid Chet, who was kind of stuck up on the wall there, Milty. So, right off the bat as a driver, you got to be on your game, Milty, or you could find yourself in the garage and out of a race real quick.
When you see the experienced driver like Mark DeSenza is not afraid to get to going here on cold tires, where I think Habik was a little shell shocked there. This is a huge.
I was thinking to myself back to my debut in FSB, Milty, way back. I believe it might have been 2009, maybe. My first race was the Winston Cup Friday night race, and I did terribly. I spun the car on my own, running way behind everyone. It didn't even bring out a caution. There was no one around, thank God. I got back running again, and I was so off the pace and so scared when these guys were coming up behind me that I think I parked the car and just said, man, I don't know if this is something I can do right now. So, man, I remember that. And Winston Cup racing here at FSB is one of the most difficult series there is. It's not the easiest setup. You usually get some quality racers 1 through 20, and the tracks are not the stock tracks, so they do have their nuances that you have to learn. So a lot of things to be for a debut for a new driver, Milty.
Absolutely. Jim Christopherson is still wiggling like he's pooping peach seeds there. It's definitely got a serious connection issue. That's a shame for this guy who is a serious stud.
Yeah, we'll hope that kind of settles in for him, Milty. And
these guys topping off.
We have a yellow flag here. You can look at the guy's quality, and you can see Christopherson in that 40 car is having some ping. His ping is in the yellow and green. It keeps fluctuating, but now his quality is back where it needs to be, Milty. So maybe he's figured out what was causing that issue there.
Let's hope so. See, Den was in practice early. Den Francisconi, seen him on Facebook. he's been feeling better. Get a chance to check this guy out on Facebook. Guys don't know, he's paralyzed from the waist down, from the neck down, excuse me. But he paints with his mouth, and the art he does is just unbelievable. And he's like, oh, come on, think, Minner. They're like, I can't think of the word. It'll come to me. But these pictures, paintings were just unbelievable. And I can't think of the, the little fish. Yeah, well,
green flag
as we go green
out.
here.
We're just lap 6, so just underway here. 107 laps, just getting comfortable. Sean
Oh boy, father and son there. A little bad start for the for Chet down low, and they negotiate fine in the back.
And Sean, our pole sitter, leads them back off. Rick Johnson second. Michael Sanders jumping up already. Elliker started on the outside pole there, slipped back to 4th. As we just get going here at Chicagoland. It's the night version. It's the SDT version of the Chicagoland track here.
Hard lick for Jeff Habick again. He's really struggling. Kissed the wall real good.
And we see Isaac looking underneath the 38, Leo Kelly. And there is that aforementioned Jeff Habick in the 101 car coming up on Leo. Again, cold tires, you got to be really careful here. Really takes a good 5 laps, Milty, till the tires come in. There we see 59 Ryan Johnson.
Oh, he's got the apron again. These are professional setups. They're not fixed fast.
No, they're not.
They are loose for a reason to maximize the whole run. Right in the meat of the run, they're perfect, and then they get a little tight towards the end, but they are loose at the start. Got to keep your foot on the gas a little. Make sure you kind of roll through the corners a little and let those tires heat up.
Yeah, that's coming from maybe a fixed setup or a fast setup, Milty. You can really get off you really need to get off the gas and unload the car in those fast setups. But with these more pro setups made by guys who, know how to drive a car, not the way you really want to.
3 wide. Oh, back to 2 wide. The top 15 has left the building, and the rest of them are really straggling back there. And this top 15 is getting it going. Oh boy, like car on the apron there. Apron bad
the
for
apron. Apron is in
James,
play here as well, Milty. So,
but James Bond doesn't wear an apron.
Nobody made use of the apron. And I was just thinking, 007 is very British, Milty. Over here in the USA, maybe we have to call him the 007.
Oh,
Mark into the wall. I don't know if there was
hard into the wall.
But we'll keep an eye on him and see if that car can continue, Milton. That was a hard lick there. Let's take a look at the car, and you can see there is some damage to that car, Milty. So we'll have to look back on that maybe and see if Mark had a little contact with another driver or if it just got loose on him. There we see Jeff Hale, Ken Shea using that lower line here, Milty. And I have to say, the higher line here at Chicago can be treacherous.
I'm looking back right now, taking a look, see what happened with Mark DeCenza. He's following Troy Knoll.
And we see, as we see Troy there in the 17 car, or T-Roy.
And he passes T-Roy.
And we see Slim trying to work that treacherous outside line there in that lighter colored
Oh,
shade. And boy,
yeah,
it's tight quarters.
They like that. The outside in
Sean
is
dropping back too.
the outside in is that going into turn one. There is that angle, so they get that great exit coming out, and
Yeah,
it looks like the 19 of Troy Higgins came up into the 6. It looked like he was down low and then kind of breezed up into Mark. There was nowhere for Mark to go.
Down low onto that apron on the front stretch, and you can use that slightly to possibly your advantage as long as you don't get the car out of shape. And there we see Chet going a lap down. He might have got a little beat up there from that early incident, Milty. But Mike Sanders is our leader. Josh Elliker second. Rick Johnson third. Sean Reed back to fourth.
Hard into the wall. It is Chet. The SDT car is hard into the wall.
And caution is out.
Car's down on the apron.
Yeah, the 101 down low on the apron, letting the field by at the same time that was going on. So everyone slowing down here. We're on lap 16, so unfortunately the 40 had to retire there, Milty. So I guess maybe the
tough luck there.
Where he wanted it to be. And also now Chet out with early damage and then pounding the wall again there. And also now the 101 is retired. I think the damage there might be it's just tough handful to drive, Milty.
Yeah, connection or computer issues. I've experienced that, man. You get to the point where it's just too frustrating, or you're a hazard on the track, and that's good moves by those guys. Just wasn't their day. That's racing.
We'll watch these guys
coming down pit road,
led by the 191, Mike Sanders. And again, we always talk about this when Mike shows up on these races, that he somehow just rises to the top, Milty. These are his tracks, these 1.5 mile tracks. He's just dialed in on them, whether it be Chicagoland or, of course, his home track in Vegas, or the other couple mile and a halfs, Kentucky.
Oh, look at that tight pit road.
Yeah, it's a tight pit lane, small boxes here. This is old school, almost like a throwback pit lane.
Looked like 2 tires for Slim.
Boxed in.
Oh, contact coming out. Rick Johnson and
yeah, Josh got boxed in there with the 62. Kind of had to wait for the 62 to leave, and at the same time,
and Mike Sanders,
Rick and Mike Sanders were powering out of their pits, Milty. That was
just a little fender damage. Shouldn't be nothing. Nothing but a chicken wing.
We'll see what kind of order that sort out. Did Sean steal that line there in the confusion? He may have with that pole pit box.
Leo Kelly and the Pontiac. The old Milwaukee Pontiac, he'll be pitting now.
Yeah, and it looks like Sean will be our new leader under caution. So the pile up there right at the exit of pit lane, Milty, and Sean comes out the winner with that preferred pit box.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Elliker second, Rick third, and Mike Sanders has to be the big loser there, going from first to fourth, Milty.
Put a lot of work in there for that, but that's how it goes. Those pit road was crazy.
Nice run so far early on here for that 53 car, TG Reese. And that Skull Bandit, he's up to fifth. Slim up to
just the pace between your shaking gum. Ding!
And there's the 19, Troy Higgins.
62 is just really impressing me. It just seems like every week he's right up in front. He qualifies well.
He does.
And he stays up there. He's just really showing what he can do. And the 47 too. And of course the 52, Rick Johnson, what can you say? But these guys just are.
Rick here in the field, Milty.
maybe P3.
Okay, so Rick up to third, right? And we can see the rest of the field here, as we should go around one more time before we get
I,
going.
I thought I saw him in the pits at the 24 Hours of Daytona. Since he's went to Ford, they're rubbing shoulders there with Edsel Ford, and boy, has he gone to the dark side there. The
Yeah,
Chevy,
you know,
man.
and let's be honest, Milty. To be a five-time Pro Cup champion, you do need to turn left and right once in a while, right?
He's a heck of a road racer, and he says I don't like it. But I see him when he runs a Pro Cup road race, which they have every year. He's there, and he finishes top 5 and gets his points, and then goes on and wins in their championship.
Right. So you know.
He ain't running in the back with the dogs.
Yeah. So maybe.
I'd like to take this moment for a shout out. Watching live from his hospital bed is Jim Pinky Scharf. Complications again. He was rushed to the hospital, and he's got Wi-Fi in the hospital, and he's watching. And we'll talk more about that. But as we get ready to go green here, but just a shout out to Pinky and get better, Ben. We're all thinking about you.
Absolutely. As we go green, lap 20 of 107. Sean Reap, our leader. He was on the pole, led a few laps early on, got shuffled back, but now during that yellow flag
that is so difficult.
Pile up at pit lane, stole back the lead there, Melty.
To have those wolves at your door, and he's blasting out it like a cannon. Yeah, no fear, He's not talking in the broadcast tonight. He raced in broadcast, and he can multitask you for sure. But tonight he's all business, and he is just ripping these guys right now.
Yeah, and we see there goes Slim on
Alacrity Pontiac.
Car, Milty. He's really working the outside line, Milty, and man, it's real slippery out there. But Slim just seems to have found something.
Look at that run.
And he's getting a hell of a run on Rick Johnson there, and he's side by side with him.
Hard in the wall, T-Roy. That's a boink right there. Doink, as John Madden would say. Doink.
Yeah, and this track the way it's shaped, Milty, coming out of 4, that wall comes up in a hurry on you, carrying a lot of speed there. We see
it's like you've been out all night and you didn't call your wife, and you go to open the door and she slams the door shut. That's how quickly go sleep out with a dog in the doghouse, because that's what you get with that wall.
Yeah, it's unkind, and it doesn't move very well. And usually gives you right side damage, of course, which translates into the car pushing. And if it's early on in a run, Milty, it can just destroy the tires, make you have to pit early, not to mention loss of speed too. So it's a really bad thing to have happen. And see how T-Roy handles that.
In the past, this has been a race. Oh, and Reap gets sideways, locks him up and saves it. But he's going to lose a ton of time. And there they go.
He's going to go back front to back, Milty, but what a great save.
It's going to be tire damage there, but that's what you do. You pound the brakes, get that thing straight, left off. You always fight the car. You never give it up. And but that just shows you he just got a little too in, as Luigi Chinetti used to tell my dad, racing Ferrari, for Ferrari. You go too into the corner, you're going to spin to the car.
Yeah, let's take a look at that, Milty, real quick here. You can see Sean just going into that
Yellow
turn,
is out. Yellow is out.
and the car just came around on him slightly, and the yellow is out now. So that maybe will help Sean gather his emotions back in and take a deep breath and
Yeah,
focus on the rest of the race.
Elliker had him on the outside, and I think his side draft stuck on him a little bit, along with the fact that he was exiting on the inside, which is at Chicagoland is very dangerous.
Milty, but is it possible there some heavy damage to the 007 car of Dan Jones?
Yeah, somebody had to bring out the caution. It wasn't the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper. Baby, take my hand.
Oh, and we had a big pile up here, Milty. Let's take a look at it here. Um,
Oh no.
and it looks
These
like
guys are
Jeff,
not racing this track like you would think. This is a track where
yeah,
you want to go long runs. They're racing like it's a sprint race here.
yeah, I not disagreeing with you, Milty. We see Jeff Hale there got loose, but the question is, did he have any help? And the answer is no. And as I was saying, Milty, that outside line is treacherous on early runs, and Jeff just got a little
Yep.
loose there, uh, hard into
Yeah,
the outside wall, and that created
Oh, he was loose coming in there. Yep. Right
a
on the
big pile-up.
entry.
Ken Shea caught up. The 17, the 09.
Oh,
Sydney.
T-Roy dodged a bullet there, but then Shea got into him. Shea had nowhere to go. That's some serious players that are probably going to have some damage there.
And the 09
Tough for
spinning and hard into the wall,
for
and there's
T-Roy
Dan.
from Stocktown, California.
So yeah, and Sean Reap just sneaking by on the low line there, put himself
Look
way
at
back
oh
there, but he just got by.
man, the Lamb. Oh, poor Lamb.
Yeah, Lamb.
He
took
did a
hard
three.
hit.
He did a Joey Chitwood there and did a 360, and he was about to wave to the fans, but there was the 007 parked there and
And blammo.
negative.
So that's really going to shake this race up here. TG currently showing, or yeah, I believe TG has not pitted. So we'll check this running order here as they cross the line. Looks like TG and Josh Elliker 1-2. Ken Soska all the way up the third. Milty, Slim Jim fourth.
Well,
Rick Johnson fifth.
you're an old guy like me. Well, not as old, but you remember the old SO man at the gas station with his little funny-looking head and on the billboard. Rick Johnson is the SO man there. He's the gas man, and you wait till this thing goes longer and longer, and we start to get some green flag runs. You can clutch at this track, and we've seen what he's done at Homestead, clutching and saving fuel. He's sitting there on a sack of seeds, just dead and pretty.
Yeah, we see Mark DeSenza is retired. The 007 is out with a gearbox from the damage. That puts 19 cars in the field still running, all on the lead lap. So no one any laps down. 19 cars still on the lead lap. But some cars damaged there, including Jeff Hale, Ken Shea, and some others. So we'll see.
Wow, yeah,
how
you
that
know,
shakes out.
last year Hale was just unbelievable, but it was believable because we know he can do. It's just how racing is, man. This year he just cannot find a break, man.
Well, and you know, trying to go from the back to the front, Milty, as I was saying earlier, it's not
Treacherous.
the easiest thing to do in these fields. It's not like you know, you're the best driver and the 19 guys ahead of you are amateurs, and that's not an easy task. And you have to show patience. And looked like Jeff there was really pushing the issue up on the
outside.
line there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So early in a run, yes, you can make up positions. We saw Slim really giving Rick Johnson all he could handle on that outside line early on too. But Slim did not win that battle. He had to back off, and he fell in line. And you know, Jeff was really trying to make up some positions there. And just didn't work out for him, and unfortunately for some others, it didn't work out for them now either. So we'll see how that shakes out over the next, several laps here on some of those damaged cars, or if the damage has been fixed and they can continue. Lights are out on the pace car, lap 29, so we're gonna cross the line at lap 30 here, and away we're gonna go again, Milton.
Well,
TG
working that outside line in is great when there's nobody in the inside and you got warm tires, because then you can clip down to that gray spot part and hook your left side tires on that and get a ton of grip. But when you stay in that gray like Jeff did, as you saw on entry, and you can't cut down because there's cars there, you got to get out of it. You got to get out of it easy. Oh, Elliker!
Josh with a
Look at that jiggle in the wiggle right down. And Saska gets
also
into the wall.
And Mo, these these cold tire runs are just really playing a.
If you're scared by a dog, man, buy a gun. Buy a shotgun for this bad boy.
But it all.
The leader really seems to get a run while the rest of them struggle.
And we see TG taking care of business at the front there.
See Slim cut down there. Watch Slim's line. He gets in that gray, but then he cuts down and gets that grip on the center of the corner and out. See there, he's in the gray again.
Rick Johnson, though, pushing the issue early on here, Milty. And,
he's feeling it. He's feeling it.
Rick just feels that he needs to be out front here.
You remember me?
Remember cautions and stuff. But he's gonna be battling Slim and then battling Josh for second place very quickly here. And Isaac in the 72 quietly sneaking up on everyone as these guys battle side by side. Isaac says, "I'll just move on up and pass all of them."
Well, definitely a huge battle with Isaac and Slim a couple races ago, and now this is repeated here.
And you know, when you're great drivers, Milton, you know way more than
Cream
I do.
rises to the top.
You always tend to battle your nemesis, whether you like it or not. They're always there. And here we are, right there with Isaac and Slim, almost side by side action there. Slim working that higher line, like you said, Milty. Isaac looking a little lower.
To refresh, there was, contact between the 25 and the 72.
Oh, and TG gets loose.
Oh, and the 72 gets in the wall there.
Wow.
That's a lick against the wall. Isaac's not going to be happy about that, but that was, he just had to react there.
Wow. Wow,
what happened behind? We're still green.
What a save by TG, though. I mean, yeah, it might have. Hopefully, it didn't hurt the kid's car there, Milty. He's still sitting right in third, right behind Slim. It doesn't look like there's any noticeable damage. Now he's looking. He was looking on the apron there, I thought, for a second. Rick Johnson, our leader now. Slim second. Isaac third. Troy Higgins solidly in fourth, Mike Sanders fifth. And they have really separated from the rest of this field, this top five.
Well, and he had another ride in a go-kart, and he's still looking for his first win there, but definitely 16-year-old is getting looks by these guys. They're no dummies. They see the talent of that 72 driver, sim racing or real racing in those go-karts. Unfortunately, the motor started to go south. And Slim gets loose.
That was a nice view from above. And you saw Slim just get a little out of shape there, Milty. And,
this is some serious chisel right here, man.
Yeah, boy, another great save. And almost contact again with Mike Sanders.
Mike Sanders has patiently worked his way up after the pit miscues.
Here we see Rick in first.
Shows you the veteran
Troy.
mindset of the 191. He is a definite veteran and a winner.
How about that 19 car as he drifts up high, and that's what you got to worry about when you work that outside line.
Caution is out.
Caution
is out.
So our top 5 crossed the line together there, all taking the caution.
Jerry Forkolb in the
we see
Ravens
spinning.
car. Not too much damage. Oh, yeah, we got rear damage there. We're going to have to take a look at that.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at that.
F. Jerry.
Yeah.
NASCAR F. Jerry.
Oh, and Ken Shea engine blew up, Milty, right ahead of everyone, including.
Oh, that's not. Oh, that kablamo.
Yeah, that.
Oh, look at that thing go.
That's.
That thing just scattered right in front of everybody.
Yeah, and Jeff Hale, it looked like TG, Ken Hansen, and there we see Jerry down low, Milty, taking evasive action.
Brutal.
The car spinning out from under him as he went down on the apron.
Great to see Kenny Shea back again and running well, but
and it's been an adventure for some of these guys in the back.
That program definitely probably getting some leftover motors from somebody there.
Well, he also had some damage from earlier, Milty,
yeah.
And you know that in this game, that can really trigger gear loss and motor loss in this, just the way this game works. So that could have contributed as well. As we see the guys coming out of the pits, we'll reset this running order for you. Lap 40 of 107. It's really been kind of a disjointed race with these cautions. We really haven't even maybe got to a halfway point of a fuel run, Milty, and for these guys that gives them anxiety. I think that they need to get to the front because they're worried that they're not going to be able to race to the front now.
IF Jerry, NASCAR F. Jerry is definitely got some work to do in that. I see Ray Lewis in the pits there trying to fire up the team, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
And see if this is a chance, though, Milty. Get everything fixed. He stay on the lead lap. Get everything that you can get fixed.
Ray Lewis on the hammer there, beating on that thing. But that wasn't that much. But that rear end looked like it was, definitely tackled.
See, it is pushed in just a bit there. The Raven's beak is maybe a little bent there.
It looks like, and probably sounds like Steve Young when Ray Lewis would tackle him. I love nothing better than hearing Steve Young go, ugh! Up at the front is 5-time.
Troy Higgins second. Kid, Isaac Johnson, third.
He's been winning races during the week. He's been winning every time I get on the forum. It's Rick Johnson, good win. He's really on a roll, and you don't like to see that if you're the competition because dialed in.
62 is recovered nicely, Milty, back up to fifth from his bobble with the lead.
The Alacrity Pontiac.
The kid's dad, Ryan Johnson, in sixth place right now in that Miller High Life Buick. Looks good. 47 Josh Elliker right there, Pop Tarts. Thunderbird.
That little lick of that Junior got there on the wall. Hopefully that didn't damage the car. It didn't look like it. hasn't seemed to lost any time in the pits. See if Mom's going to be slapping some heads tonight, as they're definitely racing right next to each other and battling it out, father and son, on Friday night. That's great stuff, and once again, like to say hi to Pinky in the hospital there, and I mean, he was just so excited that he could get the broadcast in there, and we're all rooting for him and miss him on the track here.
Absolutely, and we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, be lap 43 of 107, so getting close to that halfway point. Rick Johnson, our leader, Troy Higgins second, Isaac Johnson third, Slim Jim in fourth, and Sean Reed fifth. We'll see now that Rick has got some clean air in front of him, Milty, will he set sail while these guys fight amongst themselves behind him.
Or will he get loose like the other leaders have?
You can see Isaac really pressing the issue early on with Troy, right up on his back bumper there, trying to loosen him up, it looked like a little, to get that inside move done. And let's see if he can complete the pass here as he go into one, Milty. That's really difficult to do on cold tires, but the kid slides all the way up against the wall there, Milty. And it's really tough on these cold tires.
Yeah, just got a message from Pinky. The show's coming out great, and he's enjoying the hell out of it.
There's some smoke there, but green flag, I don't know. Maybe a barbecue going on there on the infield, Milty.
As long as it don't smell like oil, it smells like steak, it'll be okay.
Chicago, so there's some steak going on in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Stockyards are around there.
Got a text from right before the race from F. Jerry wondering where the hell Guy was at, Guy Pitra, and because they got a little inter-team battle of who's going to show up on Friday night. No Guy tonight. Guy must be, and Guy is from Chicago, so.
Yeah. So
oh boy, look at that.
Yeah, we see the kid has established the lead. Rick is, I don't know if Rick was having a little fluttering there, Milty. I don't know if that was a connection issue with Rick.
Yeah, he is wiggling a little bit.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's affected his driving or not, but seems like he's given a little ground here. Now Slim making a move, Ryan making a move on the inside here. All these guys going by on the inside of Rick Johnson. So I don't know if Rick's having an issue right now, Milty.
It sure looks like it. But he's a cool customer, and he's not gonna, fret. He will let these guys go by. It's not even the halfway point yet, and he'll gather it up.
Yeah, so
but he would like to slide in here. Oh, 3 wide. Oh,
and there was some
great save by
there.
Troy Higgins there. Leroy there was just no room there, and boy, did they manage that well.
Yeah,
great driving.
That could have been another pile up.
That could have been fugly.
That could have been. But right now we see the Johnsons have sandwiched Slim Jim, Milty. They're making a Johnson sandwich of Slim Jim Gately here. And Isaac in the lead, Ryan in third, Slim in second. Mike Sanders.
Oh, a Slim Jim sandwich. Never thought about that.
About a Slim Jim sandwich.
I don't know if my teeth can handle that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can barely snap into it one Slim Jim, much less a sandwich full of them. We're coming up on the damaged rig of F. Jerry in that 78 car. So this will be another moment here where these guys are racing hard, sometimes too wide, and now they got to get by a slower car. So you got to get in line here, Milty, and safely navigate that, and then you can go back racing. And we see Jerry going up high, giving the ground. It's very difficult to do here, Milty. That turn 4 just really narrows down. We can see Jerry brushing the wall there, and that's really all you can do there. But now Ryan,
that Rick Johnson's connection seemed to have settled down. So has he. He's got himself into a spot there.
Yeah, and we see Rick there right on the right side of our picture in the 52 red box. Yeah, he was in our lead, and then he kind of looked like he was kind of wiggly there, but not from his driving, just from the connection. He must have noticed that in his telemetry, and gave ground for the leaders, so he didn't want to cause a big wreck at the front or anything. And now he looks like he probably saw some good numbers, so he can go back racing. And Mike Sanders has got that cue as well, and he's challenging Slim Jim here, Milty, for second place. Mike Sanders are coming alive.
These guys do not forget, and Slim felt terrible getting into the 72 a couple weeks ago, and he definitely doesn't want to do that. But here they are again, and battling.
You know, Milty, again, this is something you can definitely talk more about than me as far as going for race wins and fighting your rivals, you know, week in, week out. If Slim sees the opportunity, if you see the opportunity, you still got to go for it, though.
Well, I think not now. I think that was the end of the race, and I think Isaac would have probably, you know, Isaac was, you know, I mean, the heat of the moment. This ain't tiddlywinks, you know. I mean, if you put all this time and effort into this, and you get fired up about it, you're racing for a win. And definitely Slim didn't want to get into him, and Isaac was disappointed that Slim did get into him. And that's what racing is about. But these guys are not thinking about that right now. They're thinking about hitting their marks again. They're not thinking about what happened a couple weeks ago at Homestead. They're thinking about what's going on right now.
Yeah, we can see this lead pack was 5-car pack there before we had the cautions. Now it's grown, and Jeff Hale has had an adventurous night.
What
already.
A show!
Is still hanging on, and he's worked his way up to 8th position, Milty. And that's just a really impressive ride so far by Jeff Hale. He's kept his composure. He's had a spin, so he's got an ink up on his head too, Milty. And you know, in FSB, 2-incident rule is in effect. So you know, even if Jeff,
absolutely, yeah,
has something going on, that's got to be something he's got to be thinking about as he battles other guys for positions. You know, a second contact, and that could be the end of his race. So he's going to have to be real careful here as well. As he works his way through, but so far so good. He gets back up into the top 10. Isaac continuing to lead, holding off the 25. Mike Sanders right there, filling up the mirror of Slim Jim. So I think Slim has got his hands full with the kid and with Mike Sanders at the moment.
Mike Sanders is feeling it, man. That car is on rails, and he can put it anywhere he wants. He can work high in and in low and stay low, and that car is on rails. And who dat in that 62 back and forth, patiently working back
to the front again, back to the front.
Little apron for him though.
Yeah, you know, not the end of the world to use the apron here. You just got to be careful. You don't want to really be turning the wheel hard when you hit that apron, or the car can really get out from under you. But yeah, good battle going on there with Mike Sanders. Looks like Sean's content on learning there from Mike Sanders, seeing what kind of line he's running.
Let's get some in-car here, bro. See what these guys are looking at here. Because there ain't much. The vision is definitely tough.
Right behind
the boss of Sin City. We're going in to Sin City. Michael Sanders, Las Vegas. Let's get some in-car.
Yeah, give us a couple laps.
As soon as I can find cockpit here. Here we go. 180 plus miles an hour. They're a little separated right here. Just a little breeze of the gas coming up out of turn 2 there. Getting that draft, you see the wiggle from the arrow. He's got a beautiful line outside in. Hugging down to that inside line. Drift up a little, right up against the wall here. Lift just a hair. Back on the gas.
That's good stuff by Mike Sanders right there, Milky. He's very smooth.
He looks smooth as glass right now, like a machine. Every lap, same thing. These guys are kind of wiggling and jiggling a little bit, but he is much more consistent. Seen Isaac way up in the wall, towards the wall there in turn 4. Does Isaac in the 72 have damage from that brush against the wall? Look how high. Oh, and Slim hits the wall. Gets down low. It's got an inside clear. See that in the mirror right there? You're gonna digest all this in a split second here.
Wow, and you can see, Milky, that this track is really demanding, and if you just get out of shape for just 1 second, that wall grabs you there.
We see both of them pushing up towards that outside coming out of 2, and that's bad news if you hit that for the Bears. Isaac trying to turn it down now. I think he realizes I can't keep doing that coming out of 2 and 4 and survive. But now you see the run that the 191 of Michael Sanders is getting. Right down to the line, beautiful, smooth. You don't need to go all the way up to that line if you got a car that's hooking up and you saved your tires. He's lifting, not scrubbing that right front, letting it breeze up, still getting a great momentum shot. He's not losing nothing from these guys without taking any risks. Coming up on lap traffic here. As a driver, you're thinking, look at the 72 pushing up.
Looking at Michael Sanders.
Got lap traffic here. You also have, you see the 72 pushing really bad coming out. There's a lot of things in NASCAR 2003 you do, steering settings, or if he's got some damage. This is the longest green flag run we've had. This could be, they could be starting to push.
About 20 plus laps into this run now. And
On 30 to 34 laps is your fuel window. At this pace, it's probably going to be more like 30 to 32.
and in case he stops coming up, we can say the next 10 laps.
Look at that. I mean, that makes you sticker pecker, man. That's intense. These guys are so focused right now. The house could be moving down around them and they wouldn't even know. Got the lap car here. Gotta watch your mirror. Watch your mirror on the straightaway, generally. Watch your entry, see if he's gonna take a look. You gotta hit your apex point. Reap also very methodical. With a little more breeze towards the wall, which was not close. He looks real smooth, considering he's getting hounded from behind.
Yeah, the 19th going to get really pressing him hard every lap.
Chicagoland.
Johnson also losing now with the mirror. He's cars getting bigger and bigger in Sean's mirror.
Especially when you see that car behind you. Throughout my career, I've definitely lost a lot more than that 52 than I've beat him. I mean, exponentially. And when you see him coming, you know he's been hanging back and he's coming. You're in deep trouble.
Yeah, we can, as we bounce out of the car and pick up some of
There
these
you
cars
go.
in the back half. See Josh Ellis
Great car there.
Slim there. And we saw Slim get loose there, get shuffled back.
Wow.
We see
Here comes Higgins down low on the apron.
Yeah,
that's where you want to hit the apron. You don't want to hit it in the corners.
Yeah,
But
Troy really being aggressive here. Trying to get these positions. They're not easy to come by.
You see that on NASCAR on TV. That's how it go. And this is simulation at its best of what you see on TV on Sundays coming up here. Isaac pitting.
Is pitting, Milty. So Isaac, the first round of pit stops here coming. We see Slim also in and Jeff Hale. So three cars of our lead pack in.
They can make it to the end here barely. This is right on the edge of the fuel window right here. So he was losing time and decided to stop.
We see 4 tires and fuel for the 72 and 25, 29.
Here they come. Out. Rick Biscotter in the 43 car. The 9.
And they come out the same they came in, Isaac, Slim, and Jeff Hale. So successful stops for those 3. Now we'll pick up the rest of these leaders. Mike Sanders in, Milty, Ryan Johnson in, Ken Hansen in, and as you said, the 43 Rick Biscotter also in. And Jerry comes in hard into the pit.
Woo! Look at that, boy. 62 is... Oh my gosh! Look at that. I mean, that pit road entry is blind left-handed. You have to pick a spot on the wall to get your pit stop, and that is just crazy stuff right there.
The final set of leaders coming.
Get some. Hit your spot.
Sean Reap, Rick Johnson.
62 has a huge advantage here with his nice pole position here. 4 tires for the Alacrity Pontiac. Come on, son.
Yeah.
Elliker is cockeyed here. This could hurt him.
He came in
and
later.
It did hurt him.
That won't.
Okay.
It's about where he came in though, so that really doesn't affect him. But we see that Sean coming out now. Well, let's pick up where Isaac is on the track, Milty, and we'll see who. This
should be advantage to Isaac pitting early. Whether it'll translate later.
Going past Rick Johnson, but does not look like they're going to get by Sean Reeves. So Sean with a tremendous pit stop.
That was great
and
stop.
The number 1 pit stall.
He's
really
got cold tires here. They got 1 lap on him and the draft. They're going to dog him like a big time here.
But you just got to be patient if you're Isaac and Slim, because Sean's been fast all night and he's not going to roll over here. You're going to have to take the position, so you're probably going to have to go on the outside like Isaac and Slim are doing. And Sean making it hard on him.
Oh, Isaac gets a little loose up there in the gray, but a great pass by both of them.
And Slim really assisting with that pass with that draft there, Milty. Now Rick Johnson and Troy Higgins trying to catch up to Sean and try to get to racing again and maybe catch this kid. The kid's been fast now, Milty, for about half this race. And,
I think that little scrape on the wall was cosmetic, because that 72 car is hauling the mail, and I see no ill effects from that wreck, or from that scrape, excuse me.
The 5-car pack here is kind of pulled away, and then our next
green flag stops. Get some.
Next competitor, Josh Elliker, about 2 seconds off of that pack, Milty, and Jeff Hale right there as well, trying to get back. And Mike Sanders now, Milty, has to be the loser of this exchange. He's back in 8th and 6.5 seconds off the kid's pace.
Yeah, definitely something happened there. We couldn't catch all that. So Rick Johnson's now sitting in there in 4th. He's going to go into save mode here, and just because I know this guy, he's going to go in save mode and just ride, and he's going to he's looking at his fuel right now. Do I need the clutch? Do I need the save? You see him sitting back a little bit. He's going to make sure that he's got the best car to finish this race.
Absolutely, and I think if you're Sean Reap, you pitted 1 lap behind, Isaac and Slim. I don't know how close it's going to be, Milty.
It's
but
34. It's 33. I think they're good. I think Slim and Isaac are probably good too, but it's real close. 34 is really close.
That's
we got
in there. Car got out of shape on him. Had to gather it back in and give that place back up on Slim. So 2nd and 3rd battling. Rick Johnson does not seem interested right now. So he should be in that saving mode immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just fuel; it's tires.
And I think Troy.
This guy's got a notebook as big as this thing's. He's got a notebook as big as the Bible here, and it's all about what you do at what situation. He knows he ain't hanging back.
And Isaac loose and into the wall. Unbelievable. The kid just broke loose, Milty. Hard to the outside wall.
Well, this pace they're running is these lap times are their qualifying laps.
Sean loose, battling to the yellow here.
Racing back to the line. No lucky dog on Friday nights. Monday nights.
And Slim wins that battle by half a second.
Mini Christmas. With that, I'm gonna take a pit stop myself. I'll be right back.
So a battle back to the yellow there between Slim and Sean, and Slim coming out just as you see there, 11 hundredths of a second faster. So he'll be our leader, and we'll see about pit stops here. As we were saying, these guys were probably good to the end, but now with the caution, is there going to be some topping up? Is there going to be any 2 tire changes? No pit stop. We'll keep an eye on these leaders and see what happened. Tough break for the kid. The car just broke loose on him. As you see, the 25 leading the field down. Sean Reap right behind him. Rick Johnson, Troy Higgins, our top 4. Mike Sanders, Josh Elliker, Jeff Hale. All coming down pit lane. So now the question is, what will they do? Slim taking on right side tires. And now he's taking 4 tires. So 4 tires for Slim. As we go down the line here, let's take a look at Rick Johnson. Rick also 4 tires and fuel. Sean Reap also 4 tires and fuel. So 4 tires and fuel for everyone. And maybe Sean beat out Slim there with that preferred pit box. And I believe he did. So Sean Reap with a great job there of pitting, getting the 4 tires and fuel, and just nipping the 25 car at the line. So Sean will be our leader when we go back green flag racing, and we'll be about 20 laps to go when we get that green. Great job by the pit crew of the 62 there.
Wow, what a show. Well, they can make it now. But not like it's going to be noticed I never posted my. Well, we're gonna have a broadcast in 15 minutes. The broadcast is half over. Facebook drive you nuts. Wow, is this a battle or what? Reapus fought his way back here, kept his car clean. An OS moment there where he was completely sideways, stabbing on the brakes. Now, does this creep into your mind? Yeah, sometimes it does, because, you don't want to make that same mistake. These guys you got the dogs of war behind you here. You got to try to block that out and hit your marks and get a great start and give yourself a little bit of room. Then just race the track. Very difficult. Not like you have the bad news bears behind you. You have a field of studs that are just chomping at the bit. How about that 29 fighting his way back to 6 there? It's got to have some damage, but
yeah,
he knows how. He knows how to go on cold tires.
And I see the kid is still fighting on, and he's still in the top 10. So we'll see if his crew has managed to pound that car back into some shape that he can drive this thing, and maybe still get a top 10 finish for him. But right now it's Sean, Slim, and Rick Johnson, Troy Higgins have been the class of this field in the latter half, besides the kid. And we're going to see if Sean can hold off these guys. It's not going to be easy for him. And we're going to let you take this over to the end, Milty, as I have to step away for a moment.
All righty. 21 laps coming on. 20 laps to go. Pace car is off. Pops really wanted to get his lap back, and Sean kind of gives it to him. Way up into the marbles there, the 62. Rick Johnson looking for an inroad on the inside, 3 wide, thinks better of it. Oh, slipped sideways again, all the way down to the apron, and he keeps his foot on it and gets the lead. No, he doesn't. And the caution is out. Are you kidding me? This is a good show or what? What are you talking about? Them racing at its best, FSB.com. Guys are unbelievable. Look at that. Wow. Well, you're in the back. You might want to get some tires and fuel, or you got enough fuel. But these guys aren't going to give that track position up. That just scared the bejesus out of you, out of everybody there. And now you gotta take a deep breath here, and guess what? You gotta do it again. Josh Elliker sitting there back in P5 is obviously looking for these guys to put a hurt on themselves. and put himself in a position here. The way these guys are restarting and the pace they're carrying is just hard to match. It's one thing when you have a race this long, a lot of times you get that rhythm, then you get a caution, you could lose it. And it's that shaky foot in the turn one. Can you bring it up from your guts here and bring it home? Every time these cautions come out, you got to do it again. Especially when you're on point, like the 62 Alacrity Pontiac of Sean Reap. Can't fear the Reaper. Gotta just take his hand here. What gonna do? There's a lot of kind of racing in sim racing, but this stock car racing is so close. These guys are pros. All these leagues. Just got my Polar Bear 500 shirt from broadcasting and racing in an all-star event. Like to throw a shout out to the BSR and ECT and RGT guys. That was a great event, and they put their money where their mouth was, pitching 2X shirt, which I'm wearing right now, by the way, and posted a picture on Facebook. There'll be more stuff. The sim racing community is alive and strong. All these leagues are getting 25, 30. In NASCAR 2003, iRacing has not built this game at all. Great stuff. Still has things that iRacing can't give you. Pit stops, the modability, the customability with the paint jobs. It ain't going nowhere, folks. You guys are taking a big breath here. As a driver, I'd be sitting there, take a little breath. Don't see any clutching here. They're not worried about fuel. You'd hear it in the motors as they go by. It's all about tires. $17 to go. Lights are out on the pace car. Will be 16 to go when we get the EF here. We'll probably be sticking with this view. I don't know if Greg's going to be coming back, or we had to cram this broadcast in, so I'd be taking you to the green flag here, and then but I won't be bringing up the top three if they're available for the post-race interview. Green, 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 green. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Still trying to get Pops out the way there. Friday nights are still old school. Until 10 to go, then he has to go to the back and drive through the pits. It's not 10 to go, so he's fighting for points here. But Reap's got to go, and I think these guys are going to gobble him up. Whoa, that's close. 3 wide. Pops is as low as he can go. Flint's trying to get a run on him. Use his draft. He knows Pops is still good and fast. Not damaged, just a lap down. And he gets the lead. Split-second decision there from the professor. A reap down on the apron, taking a look. Wow. You like this or what? You like me now? Let's see what the 25 can do up in the lead here. Clean air on that Slim Jim Chevrolet. Here comes Rick Johnson. He knows it's time to push. 13 to go. Gotta go. Esther, get off the pot here. And this roll package, the 99 is full well to do what he's doing. But as a driver, I would think with 10 laps to go, I would probably start to think about pulling over and let these guys race for the lead. He's hoping for a caution. Still 12 to go. He's not holding him up. Yellow is out. Caution is out. If we can take a look at that, I can't change the view in the broadcast, but that's Jeff Hale just getting going. Tough night for the 29 Miller High Life car. That retro paint bitching. It just shows you how hard this is. With a stud like Jeff, it just was not his night. Just been beating his head against the wall, and once again falls back. Okay, 10 to go here. This will be in the 10 lap rule, which means Pops will have to drive through under caution. So he will not be a factor here. Hell, fighting for points. He's going to stay out there. Don't really have time to take a look at what happened there. Got a private message there from Picky in the hospital. Looks like all the 72 to 9 get into it. We'll have to figure all that stuff. Cars on pit road. Josh Elliker from P7. And he's having problems on pit road. Take him forever. Got 2 tires with 10 to go, but he lost a ton of time there. I think he had to do what he had to do, but probably not a race-winning move there. As we know, get a caution with 4 to go. It might be over, but it ain't over. That lady ain't singing here, and we'll have to see how this recycles for lap order. That puts Elliker way in the back. He would probably need another caution, and then these guys to do something, but he rolled the bones there. Tire wear is a huge thing you got to think about in this deal here. What could have been for Michael Sanders, that last pit stop on that Sin City team definitely was not up to his liking, but Roy Higgins fighting back from some contact, still in the battle here. Rick Johnson probably looking pretty good in the points here. He would probably take a podium, but dude can roll, and he's gonna want to roll to P1 here, and that's how he roll. '62 has led most of, probably more laps than anybody in this race, and great daring pass by the 25 of Slim Jim Gately. He's lost that, and it's so hard when you get Slim Jim up front. Pass him. I know this from experience. He is not going to be very unlikely. Of course, you never know. We've seen a lot of great drivers make mistakes tonight, but this is exactly where he wants to be. He's not going to be scared of the moment, and going to flow with it. Very calm demeanor all the time, on and off the track. What's going through the 62's mind here, Sean Reap? Got to get a good restart. The leader paces the start here. Got to be right up on him. Got to anticipate his moves. Pace car is off. Going to be 6 to go. Does not get a good restart. Rick Johnson is all over him, but he does get going. Plenty of time. Here comes Reap on the inside. And the caution is out again. That was not live, and this will not be official. At 102 of 107, this should not be official. We're going to get a green-white checkered here. Apologize for that. I was definitely about a half a lap short on my replay. We are live now. There's your players. Roy Higgins up to P4. Solid run from him as usual. There's nothing but drive clean and impress. Fast everywhere. Chris Connor, nice run up to P5 there. Another solid run for him. Race in P6. Gold Bandit. Ding. Car, second place, 191, Michael Sanders. What could have been, but it ain't over. Just shows you how hard this competition is. Lamb in 8th there after heavy contact in the big one. Great run by Brian Lamb. He'll be running GTP tomorrow morning with the rest, or Sunday morning with the rest of us. And he had a chance to win Daytona road course. It was the best run he's run. He's put a lot of time into that with his Ferrari car. So impressed with his gaining speed over time and not giving up, and Sundays work well for him, so got to show what he could do. Hale still in the top 10 in P9, and Ryan Johnson rounds out the top 10.
Well, Milty, it looks like I came back right at an opportune moment.
Absolutely, except that the last run, I had my replay, and I was behind. I apologized already to the viewers there. But they did see the actual, I think Picky's messaging me now, but don't, can't win them all. Yeah.
Well, we see
Oh, we got the show now.
John Reap, Rick Johnson are going to hash it out here on who's going to take this trophy home.
And it will go green. It was 105 of 109. It was 102 of 107, excuse me. So that's 5 laps. As our NASCAR buddies know, 4 laps. It could be official, but
yeah, the lights are out, Milty. So
lights are out.
We'll have lap 1. We'll have a 2-lap dash for cash. Now remember, this is old
what could you
NASCAR
ask
rules,
for?
so there's typically NASCAR now has to do the what they call a green white checkered finish. However, NASCAR 2003 will go all the way to 2 laps to go back to green. So you will not get the green white checker. You'll get kind of a green and white and then a checker.
Yep. What's going through these guys' minds? Execute. Get a great start.
Yeah. Now, if you're, if you're Rick Johnson now and sitting in 3rd, and no passing to the backstretch, Milty, that plays a very heavy role here for Slim Jim. Gives him that opportunity to get that good, clean restart.
He needs Reap to get a good start there. Got to get closer. Got to get closer.
Yeah, you can see the guys are playing a little possum there. And
yeah, that's
Slim,
not going to get it. That's not going to get it.
Yeah, and big gap there with Slim getting the green, and he put his foot down, Milty, and 1 lap to go.
Not what Reap needed here, but here they get a huge run.
Climbing that hill.
Reap way outside there, making the outside. Oh, the big wreck
up front. Big pile up.
Who's going to take it to the front? Sanders can't do it.
It looked like Troy
It's
Higgins.
Is it Higgins or Elliker?
Oh, my goodness. The entire field crashes across the checkered flag. I can't say I've ever seen that before.
Troy Higgins gets the win.
Unbelievable, Milty. It looked like Mike Sanders was going to go for a victory. He got clipped. He spun, and Troy, I think, even took the checkered backwards. We're going to have to look at that again.
Mike Sanders is on fire. Come on, son, get out of that thing.
Oh, we got to take another look at that, Milty.
We got to take several looks at that.
First, we'll watch Troy Higgins. We see the big pile up right in front of him. Where is he?
Reap tried to
right there, Milty? Just a huge cloud of smoke.
Reed tried the outside under, but Slim wasn't having it. He kept that down that low line, and Reed just piled into the back of Slim, I think.
And there we see Troy, a complete 360 hard into the outside wall, but the car kept going straight, Milty, and he crosses the line ahead of a spinning Mike Sanders and Slim Jim Gailey. Look at that finish with Mike Sanders and Slim Jim, Milty. And we'll keep an eye on, we'll watch the rest of these guys just flip, cars flipping, TG on his side, many cars hard into the outside wall, Sean upside down as well, uh, cars spinning in the grass. What a melee at the end of this. And back live, checkered flag is going to come out for Troy Higgins. And Troy will be our race winner. And what a crazy finish that was, with a bunch of disconnects as well. What a crazy finish. I think my partner's disconnected. Bunch of people falling out of the server here. So we'll see if we can get reconnected here. But as you can see, there's our official standing. Troy Higgins, our winner. Mike Sanders, second. Slim Jim spinning to a third. Jeff Hale, Brian Lamb comes out of nowhere with a fifth place finish. Lamb, good job, bud. Josh Elliker, Rick Johnson, Sean Reap, who were battling there for the lead right at the end, went from first to eighth. So it's just crazy, crazy finish. And we just see, looking at the entry list here, you can just see a mass spread from disconnects. So of course, some of them have left the game, but not. Some of them were obviously booted out there. So, but what a crazy finish there. So we're gonna see if we can get a hold of Troy Higgins, Mike Sanders, Slim Jim, our top three.
Hey, Greg.
And we're with our race winner.
Woo! Well, I'm just watching the replay. I got to see what happened there.
What a crazy, maybe the craziest finish I may have ever seen. You did a 360, Troy. You bounced off the outside wall. It looked like it straightened you out and pointed you straight, and you crossed the line ahead of Mike, who was, I think, completely pointing toward the infield. And Slim, I think, was completely pointed the opposite direction, both sideways.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
What a got to be your craziest win ever.
For sure.
Wow. I'm
had a fast car all night. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull off one like that.
And yeah, that was insane. And I don't know what also happened. There were some disconnects. I don't know what was going on. It was a crazy finish. It says you're the winner, Troy, so you're the winner, man.
That's awesome.
And yeah, we're also here with Mike Sanders, and I think Mike broke in that hard impact. It jarred his microphone loose. So yeah, he went
Yeah,
from
good run, Mike.
went from seventh to second there at the end, Mike. Uh, Not often do you finish a race sideways in second place, so that's crazy stuff. And we'll see if we can also get a Slim up here. Um, and we saw a great battle for the lead there at the end, Troy. Sean Sean Reap and Slim were really battling there. It looked like there was some pretty good contact between the two, and then it was on. And we'll see if we can also get Slim here. So yeah, crazy finish. Uh, Sean went from first or second to eighth. Slim uh, now is up into the booth finally. Crazy finish, Slim. Maybe you of all the races that you've been in, um, I haven't seen many where the winner did a 360 off the wall and second and third crossed the line sideways.
Man, I don't know what to say. I knew Sean was fixing to put it up underneath me there, and I kind of went a little high on the turn. I don't know if I overcorrected when I went up high on the track. I'm not really sure, but that thing broke so loose on me, I didn't know what to do, and I took a lot of good cars out tonight, and I feel really bad about that.
Well, I hear you on that, Slim. Sean was coming. He was hungry, you could tell, and man, what a crazy finish. And Mike, unfortunately, without a mic saying, yeah, it was a crazy, fun finish, and you helped him out, so he's pretty happy about that, Slim.
Yeah, I need to congrats Troy and Michael. You guys, I mean, you were there when it happened, and you took advantage of it. So
Yeah, thanks, Slim.
great job to both of you guys.
Yeah, really, man.
I couldn't even see. I was so dizzy. I didn't even know what happened.
I'm so happy that we broadcasted that because you couldn't. I don't think you can describe that finish to anyone. They're just gonna have to watch it for themselves. So take some time and watch that. It'll be very entertaining. But overall, let's go back just a bit. Slim, it looked like it was a pretty intense race from the green flag.
Well, this place is really difficult to pass at. So, you got to constantly be looking for the mistake the guy makes in front of you, but you got to watch the guy behind you, and it's just it's a very intense race, and you can't let your guard down for a moment in this race, and you got to fight for everything. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, and Troy, the same thing. I s you were kind of hanging out in that top five all night long, but there were some pretty tense moments throughout that race and some pretty hard racing amongst the
Yeah,
leaders.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and usually with these Winston Cup races, we see them kind of get into a flow of things, but with these cautions and some hard racing, kind of a different race tonight. Finally, we got those green flag stops in. And Slim, when those green flag stops, I'm sure you were kind of looking forward to those because we know that's where you really like coming into the forefront.
Well, you can bet I did my homework on those, and it paid off as usual. Would have liked to took the lead at that point, but I was happy where I was at. I was running up in the top five, and just kind of, sitting back hoping for something good at the end. Well, it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but I can't believe I had a podium finish after all that. I just figured I was back to eighth, ninth, or 10th or something like that.
It was like somebody hit you there, Slim, and pushed you right over the line.
Maybe I need to go back and look at that and thank them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got to thank TG. TG punted me, turned me around, straightened me up, and
Yeah,
right across the checkers.
There was cars on their roof, cars on their side, cars sideways. Every which way a car could be, they were there and they were crossing the line at the same time. So it was a crazy finish. We see the points are up. Rick has a slim 3-point lead over Josh Elliker. Troy Higgins, you moved up to third there, Troy. 18
That's great.
back of the lead. And Slim moving on up. 5 big positions gained, so pretty much mitigated your missed race there, Slim. Back up into the top 5 in points, just 34 markers behind Rick Johnson.
Yeah, I noticed before I missed last Friday, I was 9 points in the lead, and when I came back, I was 38 points behind. I thought that was just crazy.
Yeah, it sure was. And our next week's race too, Pocono, not the stock track, Pocono 2011. That's a different track for most of these guys. I think this is going to be the first season that we're running this, from the last couple at least. So another challenging track, Pocono, coming up, and never gets easier in this series there. And we see the points are very tight. Just 2 points separating, 5th through 8th there. So a lot to race for, long season still to go, and some good racing, I'm sure, on the horizon as we progress through the season. So guys, I appreciate you joining us. Troy, definitely a win to talk about, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to enjoy watching that finish there. So
Yeah, that was a good one.
Always fun to be part of something like that, I'm sure. And Mike, appreciate it. Yeah, always good to have some fresh blood up in the booth here. And Slim, we always have a seat up here for you. You know that.
All you got to do is drag me up there, man.
Yeah, good run there, Slim. Sorry about your.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Absolutely, and we'll catch you on the next broadcast. And FSB Racing, come check it out. FSBRacing.com is the website, and you can check it all out and get yourself signed up and start racing with these guys. And maybe you can actually finish with 4 tires and pointing in the right direction and win a few races here. And that's what it's all about. Great job again, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks for what you do,
Have
Greg.
a good weekend. See you, Michael. See you, Slim. Have a good weekend.
Yep.